In CLTV Studio C, we have Belcher Law Office's Attorney Matt Belcher. Let me go to, Attorney Belcher, it looks as if Ed Jensen has bailed. He's out of here now. Of course, that's for the criminal case. Do you think that this hurts his case for next week with the senators?
I think it's a very difficult situation that the governor's in right now. Just quickly on the governor's objections. First of all, you're talking about evidence being admitted before the jury. It doesn't mean that he can't contest it. You know, the short story is that there is certain evidence, and it can be admitted for the jury to consider. It's going to be up to the senators to decide whether or not it's true or not true. Yeah. So I think the governors might be mistaken on that in that point of view. The next is with regard to Rule 15. He's not allowed to call any witnesses that will have a negative impact on the criminal trial. But I think that's pretty much standard procedure, and they would allow him to present different evidence via videotape evidence or tape recordings, anything that or voluntary statements. So I don't think the government really has the leg to stand on here, and I think that perhaps President Obama's code name is Renegade, but I'm pretty sure that that's the Governor Blagojevich's new code name too, because he's gone renegade, and that's why his attorneys are saying, "Get me out of here."
You know, Attorney Belcher, talk to me, man, about conspiracy and about intent. Just because I say something, or just because someone alleged that I was thinking to plot something, does that make me a criminal?
I don't think that it does, Gerard. And in this instance, we have two separate situations going on here. First, we have Senator Trotter, and he's going to have a very difficult task. He's going to have to listen to the evidence and make a decision as to whether or not Governor Blagojevich should be removed from office. Now, Governor Blagojevich, he has a property interest in his job, and therefore the Fifth Amendment prevents the Senate from taking away his property interest in that job without due process. Right. However, Governor Blagojevich repeatedly said that he has a Sixth Amendment right to be innocent until proven guilty, and that's not for Senator Trotter. That's going to be for the U.S. Attorney's Office and the federal jury. So we have two separate subjects here.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be up to the senators to determine what evidence exists. And if we don't like their decision, we always have the power not to re-elect those particular senators. So that's the check and balance in the situation. But it's going to be up to Senator Trotter and his fellow senators as to determine whether or not Governor Blagojevich has abused his office, and he needs to be removed.
And that's the thing, you know. And I know we've cleared Senator Trotter from answering questions that he may have to answer next week. But Attorney Belcher, can abuse of power be proven?
It's going to be a very difficult situation. However, the Illinois Constitution does prevent Governor Blagojevich from accepting any pay or any financial gain other than his salary. So if there's any evidence that he provided any favors or he did anything in order to benefit himself financially, that would be grounds for removing him clearly in the Illinois State Constitution.
Okay, I'm going to clear Senator Donnie Trotter from all of this because I know that he's an upstanding politician, but I'm telling you, Attorney Belcher, it's a whole bunch of politicians out there that have taken some money under the table. Hold tight. I'm going to Deborah first. Deborah, thanks for calling Gerard McClendon Live. What's your comment? Hi, Deborah. What's your comment?
Hi. I have one question in all of this, and that is Blagojevich allowed to call whoever he wants as a witness, or is he being kept from calling certain individuals because of their position?
Okay, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate that. I think that's for the attorney or for the senator. The attorney first.
Senator, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Governor Blagojevich has the right to have subpoenas issued. He has the right to call any witness. He has the right to bring any evidence, unless it's going to interfere with the prosecution by the U.S. Attorney's Office, and that the Chief Justice Fitzgerald is going to rule on those motions made by the governor.
And that's correct. And even further, the thing is if there's individuals who want to come in and speak on his behalf, they don't have to be subpoenaed. Jesse Jackson Jr., Ron Emanuel, Valerie Jarrett, if they want to, they can come in. Or as he's referred to about some comments that was made by Ron Emanuel at issue, he can bring in that transcript.
Yes.
So there's no subpoena necessary to do that and presenting his evidence.
So was Rod Blagojevich grandstanding today?
I'm gonna take that one, Senator. He was grandstanding 100%, and the same exact rules that Senator Trotter and his fellow senators have set out were the same exact rules, more or less, that Senator Clinton or that President Clinton had in his impeachment, and he was found to be not guilty.
Wow.
So the same rules will apply, and then it'll be up to the senators to decide whether or not the prosecutors met their burden.
Gentlemen, hold tight, and still to come, more pre-game show up. The governor's Senate hearing for next week. Will the governor be treated fairly? Give me a call, 630-575-TALK. More Gerard McClendon live in a moment. And let me go to the attorney on this. You know, when it comes to politics, there may be more pay to play than we think. You may say, hey, if you vote for this particular bill, I'll give you a kickback on the next one. Does that not happen, attorney?
Gerard, I think I said it a couple of weeks ago on your show. Who knew what and when did they know it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the day after that Governor Blagojevich was arrested that all this negative information came out. Yeah. And I'd like to break format a little bit, and maybe I can ask the good senator a question. I wonder if the results of the impeachment trial would be different if it was a secret ballot to whether to convict him or not.
What do you think, Senator?
You know, that's hard to say because it was not one, and now to say hindsight is, you know, perfect vision, it'd just be hard to make that comment.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I've got to go to break. It's interesting because that state rep vote was 114-1. If it was totally secret, we may have seen something totally different. Still to come on today's show, the Gerard McClendon V-Line is where you can leave a message about impeachment, Obama's BlackBerry, or Chicago public schools banning visitors at sporting events. Call me after the show, 630-574-3232. More Gerard McClendon live, 2 minutes. So, you know what? Here's the deal. I need final comments from Senator Donnie Trotter and Attorney Matt Belcher. Donnie Trotter first.
You know, these are not good times for the state of Illinois. No one can be happy about what's going on. It is my hopes that the process will be a fair one, and after that, immediately after that, we can move forward.
Yes, sir. Attorney, final comments, 10 seconds.
Gerard, the governor needs to show up. He needs to participate in the process. He can't just take his ball and go home.
Man, that's about it. Hey, I want to say thanks to my guests, Attorney Matt Belcher and Senator Donnie Trotter. You know I always say it at the end of the show, I need all of you, regardless of your situation, keep your head up. I want you to stay positive and always be encouraged.